here is a little story for you. So, I have been making these Garizmod videos using these AI entities known as Nextbots that you can download from the internet. The Nextbots are programmed to chase you around a map or a maze. It can be both scary and fun. I made a short movie with a Nextbot chasing me. It was called Horror Face Chase. And I decided I wanted to make a sequel to that little video. So, I searched across the vast archives of the Steam Workshop and stumbled, as if fate had allowed it to be so, upon a certain Nextbot called, by its creator, Terminus. It looked very creepy. I thought it would look good in a new horror video. And so, without further ado, and without reading the description, I proceeded to download the vile, obnoxious monster onto my hard drive. I had literally no idea what I was letting myself in for. I walked like a fool into the heart of a madman's game. Minutes later, I had Garizmod loaded onto my screen and proceeded with alacrity to activate the Terminus creature and proceed to start recording the video. On the city map that I was using, Terminus disappeared, vanishing down behind an alleyway, far away from sight. It was like it was trying to run away from me. Or was it trying to hide, so that it could maybe attack me later? Unlike the other Nextbots, I found that it was me hunting for it, rather than it chasing me. Which is very unusual, for these horrific entities usually give chase. Not this time. There was something about the behavior of this particular Nextbot that shook me. I felt so uncomfortable sharing the map space with this thing. Whenever I got close to it, there was this unpleasant droning, humming sound, like a large machine that was slowly dying. The ominous sound that the creature made grew louder and louder the closer that we drew together. Then finally I entered a lonely room and the creature came up from behind and killed me. Nothing unusual there, that's just what Nextbots do. I thought nothing of it. If only I had taken the time to read the instructions. If I had, I would have learned that Terminus likes to stalk you. Yes, it hunts you down. It sneaks around. It waits for you to trip up and then it will corner you. I didn't know that at the time of making the video. At first I just thought the Nextbot was glitched. No. It takes hiding. And then it tracks your movements. And then, when it finds you, it will strike. When you least expect. Very, very unpleasant indeed. But that was not the worst of it. I rather liked the mechanic at first. I thought it was interesting. It was different. Very scary, in fact. But then something really horrible, very horrible happened to me while recording footage of Terminus. After 2 days of playing, I was sat in my quiet office recording footage for my next video. I was playing on a big city map in Garizmod, and Terminus was chasing me this time. I ran inside a building in the virtual city. Then I turned around and I saw Terminus staring at me through a window. Then it did something I was not expecting it to do. It screamed! It was so loud. The noise that it made was completely unbearable. I literally didn't know what was going on. Was the computer breaking down? Was I being attacked? Was it an alarm going on outside? I was completely baffled by it. It really did. It really scared me. I turned the game off immediately, and I decided to do a little research, which is something I should have done to begin with. But even if I had researched this beforehand, I wouldn't have been any less scared. I eventually discovered that Terminus can go into rage mode. Hence all of the screaming. Well, after that experience, I deleted Terminus and have since never used it again, and I don't intend to. Oh no, I will not be using Terminus in any more of my Garry'sMod videos. No, sir. Really unnerved me like never before. Honestly, I felt like there was something very sinister about this next bot. Like it was really alive. Yes, it felt like it had a mind of its own. Oh, I can remember that horrible sound that it made as it was tracking you down. Not nice at all. It felt like my computer was actually haunted. That this horrible creature, this vile entity, had taken control over my PC. You know what? It felt like I was in a creepypasta. You know what I mean? Those stories on the internet when people say they purchased a haunted video game and the game came alive. If you know about creepypastas, you've probably read the most famous one about the Godzilla video game for the Nintendo Entertainment System, how the cartridge was haunted, how the user purchased it from the internet and placed it into their Nintendo and started playing it, and then it took on a life of its own, and on the television screen all these horrible demonic images started appearing, and then he started to have nightmares about it, and he felt like the game had come alive. Great story, but obviously it's all made up. However, I felt like I was in my own creepypasta, and that Terminus was haunting my computer. And the horrible thing is, my story is real.